Hey yo, what's poppin', fellas? It's your boy here, and we are back. We got our Datamines here for the Attuned Nino and Rearmed Gagap banner. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. Now there's one more thing that I'm kind of waiting on here to see, and that is the Black Friday deals. Are they going to be on this Datamine? We even have an ad right here for Black Friday deals. So if they're going to be in the game, they're going to be in this Datamine here. So we're going to wait a little bit on that. But in the meantime, we're going to go through all the other information, and we'll just get this show on the road. So we have Hall of Forms information for this round. This one's going to be Tellius themed, of course, and it's actually a pretty solid round for Hall of Forms. There's some nice stuff in here. So we have Legendary Ike, who's Dookie. We got Baby Soren, who's okay. He was pretty good on release because there weren't too many mages that could nullify or cut DR, and he was one of them. But not so much anymore, where we have skills that do that for you now, so he kind of lost a little bit of his unique qualities. Then we have Marcia over here, who is surprisingly a pretty good choice for a Forma. So it's easy to merge her up. She's been available for quite some time now. I could easily plus 10 Marcia if I wanted to. So being able to deck her out with really good stuff in here, having her as a Guidance 4 beacon or Soaring Guidance beacon for Summoner duels or even Aether raids is going to be really helpful. I actually brought her up here just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, Arcane Lewin is not going to be available in Hall of Forms, so you're going to have to get that elsewhere. But as far as passives go, you are free to just give her whatever you want. Ruptured Sky would also be an option here. We might as well bring that up. So yeah, just a ton of good stuff you can give her. Guidance 4 would be preferable, I would say, for her. She wants to be able to warp in armored units so they can protect her with bar save and things like that. Although you could also go for Soaring Guidance if you want to. Either one is fine. Guard Bearing 4, there's also Gambit 4 if you want to go for that. If you have a different weapon in mind than Arcane Lewin, like perhaps you want to give her the new Lance that we got recently, the Ninja Lance, the one that gives you the Brave Attack, and then it gives you all stats of 5 and auto warping. The one from the Ninja Saizo that we got. That's a pretty nice one for Gambit 4. You give her Distant Attack Speed Solo, you give her Prime 4, you give her Flared Sparrow. Like, there's a lot of really good and really hard to obtain skills that you could give to this unit that's very easy to build due to how easy she is to merge up from banners. So, not a bad idea if you want to go ahead and pick up a copy of Marcia. I think I'm actually going to build Marcia myself and pick her up. So I finally have a use for my Form of Souls. And just to do a little comparison here between her and Shez, they are pretty much the same, except Shez has way more attack. He's got 6 more points of attack than Marcia. However, in terms of everything else, they are basically identical. Shez has 2 more points of speed, but then Marcia's got 2 more points of defense, and then a lot more res. And then she's got 1 more points of HP. So you're not going to see that much of a difference in usability terms if you're using either one of these two, except obviously Shez is going to hit a little bit harder. But for the Guidance 4 Soaring Guidance Beacon thing, they can both pretty much do the same thing and be as effective as each other. So, very good stuff from Marcia. And then finally, we got Winter Burger King as well. Another pretty cool option to get in Hall of Forms. He's not that old of a unit, so I'm kind of surprised they would release this guy this early for Hall of Forms. So, you give him Special Spiral 4, you give him Armored Beacon or Armored Flow. Probably Beacon, because he's got better defense. You give him Assault Troops, so he doesn't need to worry about getting charged. He can just rush up and blow people up with a Special Spiral 4 Black Luna. Or you just give him the opposite save skill. I believe this guy defaulted with Far Save. He comes with, what was it, Defense Res Far Save. If you wanted to get a Near Save skill, you just give him, like, Def Res Near Save instead. So there's a lot of good stuff you can give to Burger King as well as Marcia. So these would be the 2 top picks, I would say, for this round of Hall of Forms. Okay, next up we have this over here. This is a customization support pack. So from this, we're going to be getting a new castle background, and we're getting 22 orbs in total for $9 US. It's a fair price. I think the castle backgrounds also give you the bonus SP for a month, and then after the month is over, you get like 2 times SP or whatever it is permanently. So, not bad for grinding SP, although that's never a problem. You can do that for free. Just play the Grand Hero Battle reruns, and you just get free SP in there without spending any stamina. So, that's what I do to grind SP. And this is what the background actually looks like. We can zoom out here. So, it's A ninja-themed background because, of course, we just got a ninja banner. We can see, like, shurikens all over these bamboo thickets. We got a paved road here, or a paved stairway to the, like, Japanese-style Shinto shrine, I would say, is what it is. We also got these lantern lights, very Japanese-themed. It's a pretty nice castle background, honestly. So, if you're interested, go ahead, but these are never, like, necessary to get. Okay, next up, we have the units, of course, and... oh my god, this Nino is so freaking busted. we might as well start with her. So, Jafar Close Nino here. This is the regular art. Then we got the attacking art right there. We got the special attack artwork, and then finally the injured artwork from her. So, let's go ahead and take a look at stats now. Alright, so our girl Nino over here has got 38 HP. We got 44 attack, 47 speed, 26 defense, and 33 res, with 188 as her BST overall. And then she's got double super boons on attack and speed. This unit is going to be cracked for, like, in terms of player phase potential. I would say she's basically just a better T Lysithea, because she's pretty much just as capable as Lysithea as a damage dealer. She's got a built-in Blade Tome effect. Then she's getting a ton of stats for her other stats as well. Like, she gets 50% of the total bonuses as defense, res, and speed. So she's still buffing her other stats. The 50% on speed is pretty nuts. So, like, how are you beating her on a speed check with that? I don't even know. And then on top of that, she's got, like, speed and defense tempo 4, so she cuts DR in half. She gets tempo. She's also getting speed and defense -4 on the enemies. Her C skill is giving her bonus movement and Canto 1. Like, bro, what were they thinking with this Nino? She's just so powerful and so ridiculous that it kind of makes me want to summon on the banner almost, but I still have to keep on saving my orbs for Ivy on the rerun banner. Alright, we have Gagoon... I can't even say her name. The space horror from Eldritch Nightmares over here. So, of course, we've seen her art many times. It's very good. Especially if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh! She just straight up looks like an Xyz monster. So, there we go for her. Now, this is also going to be a pretty solid unit to summon if you're interested. So, she's a rearmed hero, and she comes with the first Arcane Dagger. We got 40 HP. We got 47 attack, we got 31 speed, we got 30 defense, and then 32 res. She's got a BST overall of 180, which is lower, but that's because she's a cavalry range type, so it makes sense. She only has one super boon on plus attack, but that's exactly what you want. Now, her weapon effect, or not her weapon, her B skill is able to inflict... what is it again? Flash on enemies that are... the nearest enemy within 5 spaces gets flashed, and then she does another status as well, but I can't remember. I think it was Discord, right? She does Discord and Flash, and then it also chains to enemies that are in 2 spaces of the target. So, given the right situation, she can debuff pretty much the entire enemy team if you line it up in a good way. And that's going to be helpful in a lot of situations. Good for summoner duels, good for Aether Raids, and all sorts of things like that. So, pretty nice unit. Also, very good for fodder. She has, not Flared Sparrow. She has, what was it, Fireflood Boost 3, which finally makes a return off of Summer Ymir. So, you're going to be able to get that here, and it's a pretty good skill for your bait units. So, that's not too shabby. She's also a great unit for usage. Alright, we got Harken up next. I've always preferred Corel to Harken, but that's just me. You get them both on the same chapter, but I believe you can only get one, depending on how many turns you spend moving around the map or whatever it is. Like, how many doors you open before a certain amount of time has passed on the map will determine whether you get Harken or Corel. So, I typically try to go for Corel, but Harken is pretty cool, too. So, this is his artwork. Not too bad, just looks like a classic... mercenary here. Kind of looks like Astrum a little bit, if I think about it. Yeah, I never really made that connection, but yeah, he kind of just does look like Astrum there. Alright, so Harken stat line, we got 41 HP, we got 46 attack, 32 defense, 32 speed, my bad, 46 defense, and then 27 res. So, not the fastest, but it doesn't really matter, because he's got a built-in Brave weapon. Lots and lots of defense there. He's going to be hitting really hard, by the way. He's able to warp into enemies just like the Hell can on her remix. So, pretty interesting effect. Of course, warping is very strong. And he's going to be able to warp in and then brave attack the enemies. He's got built-in special acceleration on his weapon. So, if you were to give him, like, speed and defense tempo or special spiral 4 so he can cut DR or nullify DR and then blow the enemies up with a big special like bonfire, he is going to be able to just nuke units from out of nowhere. So definitely don't sleep on this guy. I think he's a pretty solid option. He's got super boons on attack, defense, and res, and then he's also got a 192 BST overall. So he ties with Brave Robin in that regard. All right, then we've got Isidora up next. Another, like, every unit on this banner is pretty good, right? They definitely cooked when they were doing this one. So here's Isidora's art. Very fancy, very elegant here for Isidora. Oh, her lance looks pretty fancy, too. I like that. And then, the red pop is really nice on this special attack art. I like it. Yeah, who would have guessed? Of all characters from FE7, Isidora would get added to the game. But, I mean, here we go, right? We're eventually going to get everybody, I would imagine. So, this is Isidora's turn. We got 38 HP, 43 attack, 46 speed, 32 defense, and then 25 res. Gives us a 184 BST overall, and then double super boons on attack and res. Don't really need that res too much, but plus attack will certainly take. And she's able to give a lot of buffs to your allies by using reposition, so that's obviously helpful. We use reposition all the time in every situation, every mode, and we're mainly just using it to get better positioning with our units. But to be able to do that and then get a lot of bonuses as well, she gives bonus doubler, foe penalty doubler, attack, speed, and defense up 6, and I think one more thing, but I can't remember what it was right now. So just a lot of buffs and very easy to activate. She's also pretty solid in combat as well. She gets 40% DR and then she gets no follow-up. So not too shabby, right? Like, pretty solid support, very easy to do it, and very practical as well. She's more practical than Eliwood, I would say, because you kind of have to build the team around Eliwood in a sense. You got to have high attack on the select unit, and then you got to have a dragon as well. So Isidora is able to do it just easier and better. So not too bad. All right, next up we have William. William Wallace, Will over here. Will with one L. This guy, I actually really like him. I tend to use Rebecca more, but I do use him in the off run that I do for FE7, and he's always held up for me. So here is his artwork. He's going to be a 3-star and 4-star added to the pool, but he's not going to be a focus unit. So we've seen this happen quite a few times already. All right, here's the special attack art. Pretty good. And then finally, the injured artwork from Will. So let's see here. We got 42 HP, 45 attack, 34 speed, 27 defense, and 40 res. Holy res. I do not remember Will having good res like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure the main difference between him and Rebecca is that he's got better defense, and she is typically the one with better res. So, kind of interesting they reversed the roles there a bit. So, Will has a 188 BST overall, which kind of sucks because he loses to Cyril, who's got 192, and then Cyril also has a perf weapon. So, Cyril is just better overall, but Will is still pretty interesting here, and then he's got a super boon on attack. He's interesting because the res stat is really fat, so he'll be able to run different builds. He can run like Iceberg and Glacies with Special Spiral 4 and things like that. So you may be able to find some cool builds for him that Cyril is not able to use. He just can't score as high as Cyril, which is unfortunate. And then finally, we've got Fargus over here. My man Fargus. He's actually my favorite NPC from FE7. Scallywags of the Sea We Be. So this dude here, he's got god tier artwork. Look at this. Look how good his art is compared to Will's. Oh man, it's like night and day. Like they went into so much detail. I'm pretty sure Ippei drew this, right? Or Yamada. It's either Ippei or Yamada who drew this one. But my god, this is so good. They even gave him a scar right there just to show like scars on the face and the belly. He's got chest hair. This is our first like chest hair unit. So that's one for the ladies there. All right, let's take a look at the rest of his artwork here. It's all very good. This one kind of reminds me of Dozla a little bit. The Halloween Dozla. Yeah, man, the Berserker units are just awesome. One of my favorite classes from the Game Boy Advance ones. All right, and there's the injured artwork from Fargus. Now, Fargus does have a perf weapon, which bodes well. The only bad thing is he's another freaking axe unit, so we never have enough of those for merge projects in the Tempest Trial shop. But here we go. We got 43 HP, we got 47 attack, 31 speed, 40 defense, and then 32 res, giving him a 193 BST overall. So when you tack on the fact that he's got a perf weapon, he does score just as high as Cyril. But once again, Cyril having that trainee BST bonus allows him to just be slightly better because he's a range unit, and typically range units just do better as scoring options. So a little unfortunate for Fargus, but he's not the worst unit to build if you're interested, especially if you like this artwork. This is really good art, so that alone is value enough to build him. He's got double super boons on attack and defense, and now let's go ahead and take a look at his weapon here. So Corsair Cleaver, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, if he's in 3 spaces of an ally, he gets attack and defense up 6, and he grants a warping status effect to himself and allies in 3 spaces for 1 turn. Very generous there with the 3-space reach, and this free attack and defense up 6. We'll definitely take that. So, not too shabby. Nothing on the same level as Catria or Cordelia, who do the same thing, but I mean, can't really complain. This guy's free to play, and he's still giving the attack and defense up 6 support, so not the worst thing in the world. Then he's also getting all stats up 5 if his HP is over 25%. He gets a guaranteed follow-up, and he's got built-in tempo there. So built-in tempo is cool. We'll definitely take that. Even though we've started getting level 4 tempos now, we'll still take this on a slower unit like him, because you probably wouldn't want to give him tempo 4. He probably would rather give that to some of your other units anyway. So he'd be able to run like Special Spiral 4 or some other really good B skill like Gambit maybe. I don't know. Maybe not Gambit with -1 special trigger, but there's a lot of more interesting things you could do with him on the B skill than just like boring old same thing like the speed units do. So I'll take tempo on the weapon with him. All right, we got Dragon Fang down here for his special. Attack and defense ideal 3 at 4-star. And then we got Infantry Pulse 3 at 5-star. I guess we'll take it. We have quite a lot of units that have Infantry Pulse in the Grail shop already, but we'll certainly take more. I mean, we got Infantry Pulse 4 not so long ago, and it's pretty good. So, yeah, not the worst thing in the world. Okay, then Will has Halting Bow Plus as his weapon. So 12 might, 2 range, effective against flying, and then at start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he inflicts attack and defense -5 on the foe and blocks their follow-up. So built-in impact. This is basically like Budding Bow for the most part. I think Budding Bow gives you attack and defense up 5 and impact, so it's not too different. But you got to initiate with Budding Bow. This is dual phase if you got over 25% health. So I guess slightly better, but we're way past the point of Budding Bow being a good weapon. All right, Rally Up Res, interesting for a demote unit. Okay, makes it easier to get the Rally Up Plus, I guess. But yeah, we already have like double Rally non-plus on demote units, so that's not the craziest thing. All right, Attack and Res push 3 there. And then Disengard 3, we have no shortage of units with that. They couldn't give us like something better. I don't know, man. We're getting so many like new skills. They couldn't have given him like a level 3 finish, like Attack Res finish 3 or something. Would have been nice, but whatever. Okay, and then finally Fatal Smoke 4, which is only restricted to, or everyone can use it besides for staff units, so that makes sense. Same restriction as Fatal Smoke 3. This skill in particular, I'm not like too high on right now. It does nullify Miracle, which is obviously pretty cool. There's a lot of meta units that have Miracle, like Brave Seliph and Fallen Maria and Duo Ymir and things like that, so I guess it's okay, but I mean, I would rather just run something else in the C skill, honestly. So that's just my take. But there is a lot of healing going on right now. A lot of units have heal effects just for no reason. Like Nino is special. I don't even know why they gave Nino healing, but she has +7 HP recovery. It's probably because she's got a lot of bulk on her weapon. Because she's just getting 50% bonuses to, or 50% total bonuses to def res and speed. So, like, giving her healing is really cheeky. And then she's got a ton of DR, too. She has the new Echo skill as well. The Attuned Echo skill, or what is it called again? I already forget. It gives you speed up 2, and it gives you 30% DR. Probably locked only to range type units, but it's going to be the premier echo skill to give to all your range units at this point. So, yeah, I don't even know what they were on when they made that Nino. So let's go ahead and take a look here if the Black Friday deals are in. And yes, they are. Okay, so I rambled on, and it was a good thing that I did. All right, let's see here. Why do we need to be over 18 to look at the Black Friday deals? So weird. All right, so orb pack number 1, you can buy this 2 times. It's $3 US, and you get 10 orbs, whatever. All right, orb pack number 2, we have a golden ticket here. So you can get into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. $25, 60 orbs, and you can buy this 4 times. That's $100. I don't know about that, bro, but the orb price checks out. It's like the typical orb price is like $2 per orb, or like 2 orbs per dollar or whatever. So this is slightly better. I guess it's okay, but unless you're a whale, I wouldn't really go too crazy on this. All right, this is for the Double Special Heroes banner, which is going to have Ivy, I think. So they're trying to bait me with this, but it's not going to work. I'm not going to fall for it. All right, then we have Arcane Lift as the unit that you can buy with the Rearmed pack here. So $40, you can buy him twice and you get 90 orbs. They had to give us this guy. Of all the Rearmed heroes, it had to be him. They couldn't give us like Crom or Ingrid or Tana or someone that people actually want. Okay. All right, sure, Insist, sure. All right, here's another pack, a Black Friday Mythic pack. So $50, you get 120 orbs, and then you get 120 flying type dragon flowers. You get a copy of Thor, and then you get a Mythic Astra Blessing there. Okay, so obviously merges for Mythic heroes are valuable all the time. It helps you score higher for Aether Raids, but Thor herself has kind of outlived her usefulness. She's not really one of the premier offensive units anymore, but she can still be okay as a Gale Force option. This is probably better than this pack. I would have preferred if this was the $40 pack and this was the $50 pack, because I would rather, like, I'd be more enticed to get merges on Thor than this guy, but I mean, it is what it is. All right, we're also getting Black Friday missions here to get more summoning tickets for the Double Special banner. So that's actually pretty good. That bodes well for me. So less orbs that I'm going to need to use to get my Ivy copy. So that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And this is going to be the end of Book 7. So R.I.P. Gulveg. Snake Mom is about to get put into the dirt. So pour one out for Snake Mom. And I will catch you guys again later. Tomorrow, probably, I'll do a video, a full-on video for the Hall of Forms unit builds and all that stuff. So stick around. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas. I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.